Give a warm welcome from Lionhead, it's Fable legend with Stuart and Alexia. Give a round of applause! Hey guys. Hello. You're going to do a little dance apparently.
No dancing.
I'm only joking.
So I'm Stuart White, I'm the
Cut the
studio
music.
director at Lionhead, and this is Alexia, who's a production intern at Lionhead, and soon to be returning as a producer. She's on her final year at university. I'd love to show you today a new game that's coming up, Fable Legends on Xbox One. Can I just get a quick show of hands? How many of you have played Fable before? Wow, okay, that's good. We've got a few Fable fans in the house.
That's
okay.
good.
So I'm going to show you, in fact I'm going to move out of the way, otherwise I'm blocking the screen. I'm going to show you the CG sequence we showed at Gamescom last year, and then I'm going to show you some live action, and then we'll take a Q&A. I should say that Alexia and I are kind of new to presenting on stage, so apologise, but this is terrifying. Anyway, run VT.
Let me tell you a story of heroes. For there are those who believe the history of Albion is a history of heroes. From every corner of the land they come, seeking to make their name. But dashing, skillful, and perfect of skin. Grizzled and determined. The masters of will, and those who carry big pointy swords, with the cheers of simple village folk ringing in their ears. Out walked these brave heroes, seeking adventure and justice, or maybe just fame and reward. But what they find, every hero must be tested, every lesson learned. For what is an adventure without danger? A fable without a hero. A hero without... You could be a hero. Or you could be. The villain.
So we showed that at Gamescom last year. That was 4 heroes that we showed in that video. That was obviously computer graphics, it was rendered, it wasn't live gameplay. We have it here today, we've got 8 heroes playable on the show floor today. If you haven't played it yet, I very much recommend to do so. I mean, effectively what we have is, we've made Fable games for 10 years now. In fact, last Sunday was the 10th anniversary of the original Fable game coming out. And we wanted to do something special with Fable Legends and make a 4-player cooperative Fable experience. It's so much better playing with your friends or by playing with people on the internet. But if you don't want to play with friends, you don't have to. You can play with AI partners, but it is much better playing with friends. And you have this 4-player co-op experience where you play against the villain. The villain is this evil alter ego that you're playing against, and that person can be played by an AI, which is very much like the director from Left 4 Dead, or it can be played by a human player who plays a very different game. He or she plays a top-down dungeon keeper style real-time strategy game, and that also is here today, so I definitely recommend playing that as well if you get a chance. What I want to show you now is some of the live gameplay and what the game actually looks like, and then we'll go to Q&A, and Alexia and I can hopefully answer some of your questions. Okay, cheers.
Let me tell you a story of heroes. fighting as one, winning as one. Could it be that these heroes will triumph? Could it be they vanquish all?
So that is the villain mode there, the top-down view.
Let me tell you a story of the villain, of how 4 heroes came, 4 heroes were conquered. Who will take their place? Who will save Albion now?
And of course it's chickens. Yeah, you can kick chickens in Fable Legends, of course. Brilliant. Okay, we have a chicken kicker fan over here. So yeah, there's our 4 more of our heroes. Let's open it up to questions.
Yes, okay, so we're going to go to questions now. If you've got a question that they love, they're going to give you one of these Fable Legends cakes. And look at this.
Exclusive.
Limited edition.
Limited edition. They're never going to make them again. Well, they might do, you never know. So can we get a woo? So it's going to be a really good question. If they love it, you're going to get one of them. So who's going to go with first? Hello, sir.
Hi, I was just wondering, why did you choose to go backwards before the original Fable? Isn't the progression on from after Fable 3?
Why did we choose to go backwards?
Okay, so I think the question was, why did we choose to go backwards in Fable? I think for fans of the series, and I know there's a number of people here who played it, I think Fable 1, Fable 2, Fable 3, there was a linear progression of where the story was going and where the land of Albion was going. And Albion, I think, is the real kind of hero of the Fable story. And with where Fable was going, it was very technology based. You know, guns were being introduced, there was steam power, there were workhouses, and as a team, when we started to look at what we wanted to do with our next game, we decided we want to go back to the beginning of Fable. The Fable 1 we really loved, the time where there was so much magic, and it was much more about dark fairy tales and Grimm's fairy tales, and then we said, what happens if we went 300 years before that and it would be really dark and, you know, magical and scary? And that's the environment that we're setting this world in. So it's a world where, you know, certainly with the later Fables, it was very rare to find a hero. This is a world which is rich with heroes and loads of different types of heroes that you can play. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a question here as well.
Mr. Chicken Kicker.
Oh, Mr. Chicken. Yeah. Was it difficult getting the team to think of it as a multiplayer game rather than a single player? Because obviously we'd go from a single to a multi.
Yeah.
Was it hard for the team to convert?
So, yeah, it kind of. So, for Fable fans in the room, we actually have had co-op experience in Fable since about Fable 2. But, you know, it was a bit bolted on, I think. I think it was fair to say. But it worked. I mean, people enjoyed it. But what we did with Fable Legends is design it from the ground up as a multiplayer experience. And it was a big change because of that. But we just were a big fan of playing games online with friends. And we find that playing a co-op game, you know, from times of playing Left 4 Dead or playing Borderlands or whatever, it's just a really fun experience. And we wanted to try something new with Fable, hence the multiplayer.
Was that a good question?
That was a,
She's
that was
going
a good
over.
question.
Give her a round of applause. That's a very good question. Okay, we've got our first lady. Here we go. Hello, my love.
Hi. Why did you choose to go from a game that is story driven to a game that is combat driven?
Okay, Alexia, go for it.
Hello. So I know that it's a common kind of misconception that we're not story-driven in Fable Legends, but we 100% are. Every single hero's got a different story, they've got backstories. We've got Bright Lodge, which is our hub town, where you can kind of find out more about the story of Legends. So whilst I know it's a multiplayer game and I know it's different to anything we've done before, we're still fully keeping that story element of it, and we really want that to come through.
Okay. Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. There you go. Got a purple one. Woo! Goes with your eyes, goes with your eyes. Okay, next one, here we are.
Right, you might not like this,
Okay.
but I've never played a single Fables game.
Right, okay.
What is there to pull someone who's never played the series before into this?
Wow. Okay.
Whoa, throwing a spanner in the works there.
I think straight away we need to give him a man a t-shirt.
Yeah.
For that.
Okay, we'll give him a t-shirt for that.
Do you play role-playing games? Do you like fantasy games? I mean, for people in the room that played Fable before, it is a fantasy game, but we don't really take ourselves very seriously. You know, you can explore the world of Albion at kind of your own rate. It's a very funny place. It's a very light-hearted place, and hopefully a very fun and enjoyable place to kind of go off in. So it's here. Try it now and enjoy.
Very cool. So get on it as well. Like I said, it's all down here as well, mate. So just get on it, okay? Here we go. Here we are. Hello, sir.
With the DLC being quite a big popular thing in the market nowadays, have you got a plan for DLC for the game?
Yeah, kind of. Yes, I tell you what we're doing. So we have a multiplayer beta, which we've announced is coming out 16th of October this year. And that really is very much a closed beta. It's a small beta that we're doing. One of the challenges with doing a multiplayer game, in particular one that's 4v1 and getting the balance right. And I know we had a question earlier this morning from somebody who played it, I think at E3, who said that the artillery was balanced really hard. And it was, the balance was out, and we need to get it out there. We need to get people playing it. We're going to get the core experience really fun, and then we're going to keep adding to it. We're going to add narrative through new quests, we're going to add heroes, we're going to add creatures, and just build and develop Bright Lodge, the hub town. So effectively our plan is to just keep growing and developing the world, but actually in doing that, looking at the stats, looking at the data, listening to the community as to what kind of things they want next, and actually prioritizing our development around that.
Nice, okay, I'm over here. Oh yeah, okay, give him a cape. He's going for blue. Aqua blue.
I've got a little bit mental, there you go.
Nice, lovely, lovely. Okay, hello, I'm over here, look, I'm like Xbox, where's Wally? Hello sir, we've got a question over here, okay?
Will Jack of Blades be in Fable Legends?
Sure. Considering Fable Legends is set 300 years in the past before the first Fable, it's quite unlikely that he'll feature, unfortunately. But we will have a ton of... Pardon?
He's a mask.
Yeah, he does have a mask, this is true.
He is the mask.
He is the mask. The mask that you saw there is kind of different. But I can see where you're coming from, but unfortunately we won't have Jack of Blades.
So that wasn't Jack of Blades there. I think though, so it is a prequel, it's set 300 years before, but for any fans of Fable will know there's some characters in Fable that are they've been around for thousands of years, so don't be surprised if some old faces may appear, and certainly you're going to see creatures that are very familiar from playing the game.
Right, I know you're going to have multiple heroes you can play as, but will there be multiple villains that you can play as well?
So, the role of the villain, you're kind of acting as someone who controls all these different types of creatures. So you'll have just probably the same amount of creatures as you would heroes. So you'll have loads of different types of creatures. So the villain is always kind of this faceless entity. He's not actually a person, but he's sort of the puppet master controlling all of these creatures. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, very good. Hello there.
Is there a character that is more powerful than all the characters put together?
Is there a character that's more powerful? I hope not, because if there is, we've messed up on the balance. There definitely, at E3, we had a red cap artillery unit who was pretty powerful. And we've really got to get, by playing lots and lots of games and seeing which heroes win a lot or which heroes die a lot. That's the stuff that we're looking at the moment, and that's part of the reason why we're doing the multiplayer beta starting in October. So ultimately, we want it to be a good balance and not make it so that anything is overpowered.
So you say you're having the beta that's coming out, is it restricted to how many people can join?
So it's opening up at 16th of October, and people can register fablelegends.com if you haven't registered already, and then we're going to slowly but surely just keep adding people in there randomly. So sign up and you may well get in.
Wonderful, there you go. Hello there.
Right, are you still going to have these like things like houses and marriage and family killing villages?
So it wouldn't be a Fable game without those sorts of things. And I think the question asked earlier about downloadable content, our plan is to continue to grow and develop the game and add those features into Bright Lodge. We've got all sorts of ideas that we want to do with Bright Lodge, the hub town. We want to have mini games in there, and we want to have the simulation and the like. None of that stuff will be there at 16th of October, but we have plans to add it over the coming months and years, if I'm honest.
You know, after the past couple of days of doing this, talking, it's very nice to see a mixture of male and female players. You know, it's very rare you see that.
I think it's interesting. We've looked at the player base, and I think it's 1 in 5 players are women, which, granted, in a world where it's 50% women doesn't sound too high, but I think compared to some other mature video games, it's very high.
Yeah,
so we're very proud of that.
Yeah! Okay, we've got a guy here. Hello, sir.
Hello there. I've got 2 small questions. The first one...
That is cheeky.
Well, everybody's going to like the first one. How many chickens were harmed during the making of the game?
None.
Okay, no chickens. In fact, we got a PETA award for most animal-friendly video game for Fable 3, so we're PETA approved. So yeah, no chickens harmed.
Fair play. And then carrying on with the community side, will you be doing community-driven achievements like you did with the previous games?
So, nothing to announce at this point. For those that don't know, I think Fable Anniversary, we did a competition where people could actually come up with achievements for the game. It went down really well, so it's something that I know our community team are very excited to do again in the future.
Nice. So how many questions would you like? You can give us some goodie bags as well if you want.
Goodie bags, please.
Some goodie bags. I'll run out to Fable cakes. We don't mind. We've still got some Xbox One swag. So we've got about 3 more questions. You like?
Okay. Yes, 3 more's great. Yeah.
3 more's good. Okay. So we've got this gentleman here. Hello, sir.
Should I play the past Fable games to get in the mood for this one?
So you don't have to have played any of the previous Fable games to enjoy this one, but they're great games, and if you haven't played them, I definitely recommend checking them out.
Yeah. One over here.
Yeah, go.
How will skills and experience work in this game?
Okay, that's a really good question. So it's a role-playing game, right? We're going to have that stuff. We're not showing any of that stuff at the moment, mainly because, if I'm honest, we're still working on it. So I kind of don't want to announce stuff that's not finished at this point. But, you know, we're a role-playing game, and, you know, of course, we want people to level up and build and grow their character and actually customize their character as well. So yeah, we'll be doing that.
Okay, 2 more. Here we go. Hello, Luke.
Okay, after Fable Legends, are you going to make any more Fable games?
Oh, wow.
On the spot.
Yeah, I would hope so. I think we'd love to continue adding and growing to the Fable games so long as people want to keep making them. So yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Okay, so one more.
That's a great question.
That's a very nice question. Very nice question. Very upfront. I like that. No messing. And one more. Here we are. Hello there.
We have split screen multiplayer, and if not, then why did you ever consider it?
I'll take this for you. So every single show we've done, we've been asked that question. And to be honest, we hadn't thought about it really in too much detail, but the fact that so many people have been asking for it, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but it does help when people keep asking. So if you want something like that, just keep asking and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, wicked. So I hope that's answered a few of your questions there. I mean, have you enjoyed yourselves today? Wonderful, aren't they? I cannot wait. Honestly, guys and girls, have a go on this, because it's on this side over here, and it's actually part of your trading card competition as well, where you can actually win that Xbox later this evening. So, any final word before we depart?
Hashtag Fable Legends on Twitter if you want to say anything about it. And Alexia and I will just stand over there. If anybody's got any questions that didn't get asked, just feel free to swing by and we can answer.
That's lovely. Are they lovely? So give it up for Stuart and Alexia. Thank you so much. Wonderful, thank you. So stick around, ladies and gents. We've got Dying Light presentation. Oh! Oh yes, I can't wait for that. But like I said, head over to the Fable Legends area and you can get yourself a nice little cake. We've still got some cakes over there, Chris. Look at them, sporting the spring-summer collection over there. And we've also got some goodies to hand out as well, so hang around. We've got another 10 minutes to go, so Dad, play me some music out.